better.
Oh, I think they're doing a great job. A lot of them are.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. How are you?
Not too bad, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today with Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Well, I really enjoy this program today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
May God bless every person.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. No, it's not Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, but it is Catherine Tyson Sewell. You know who I am. Welcome to Talk Today. We're going to be chatting today, and of course, I want you guys involved. So just stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Talk Today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email Talk Today at candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255.
Courtesy of Flow.
Cayman's #1 network that connects you to your world like never before.
Let your voice be heard. Once again, here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you guys so much for joining me this afternoon. This is Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting in the hot seat for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, and the seat's kind of warm, not really that hot. But it's nice to be, it feels like home when I come home, you know, and I get to see Susan's lovely face and, you know, she does all the good stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon. And of course, you can always call us on 949-6990 or 949-8037. Those are the best numbers to reach us on. And if you have a comment or, you know, you want to ask a question, please give us a call and join me this afternoon. You can be my guest also. I do have some guests in the studio this afternoon, though, and I have a couple of more coming. It is going to be Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, so I imagine that's what we're kicking off the conversation with about just breast cancer awareness. And in the studio, starting off things or kicking off things with me and my buddy, Miss Jennifer Weber. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I was expecting Sterling, who I really like, but I'm excited that you're here because I really like you too.
Yeah, exactly. And I wear better lipstick.
You do. And we can chat at the breaks about girl stuff. So
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to see you.
You know that. You and I can talk we usually talk for hours after the interview anyway. We must just arrange to have lunch or something again. But yeah, you are the Oncology Operations Manager over at Health City. If people don't know, now they know.
That's right.
And you've been there now for how long?
It's been a year and a half, I guess.
Yeah, time has flown.
Yeah, so
Time
most
has
people,
flown.
for the last 12 years, have known me as Jennifer, the cancer lady, and
Right.
that's still true. So
Still.
a year and a half at Health City, but I'm still talking about cancer and trying to help the community as much as we can.
Well, yeah, you stepped into this role. It's no longer new, but
Right.
you stepped into this oncology operations manager that Health City had and, kind of just, made it what it is, and then also merging what you were doing before. So it's a whole lot of same stuff, and which is awesome. I love that.
Me
know?
too.
Yeah, and both of us, we just keep popping up.
That's right, like a bad penny.
No,
Just keep
I said
turning
good
up.
penny, honey. I said good penny. Keep popping up like a lucky penny. Good, look how cute we are. We're not bad pennies. But let's talk today. We're going to talk about, some of the activities that you support and an upcoming campaign that you have for October. So I'm going to go ahead and let you start us off, and then I will jump on in some of the initiatives that we have to look forward to.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say hello to a bunch of people who said, "Oh, you're going on Radio Cayman. Make sure you give us a shout out." So first shout out goes to the Breast Cancer Foundation ladies. Hello to all of you there, Bev and Pam and everyone there. And also to the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. Hello to Dave and Charlene and Elna. And even the security guard who let me come and park in here. And he said, "But you got to say my name." Now I can't remember his name, but to the security guard, thank you so much for letting me park.
Oh my, well that's your last parking you can get now since you didn't remember his name.
It'll come to me. But yeah, Health City has a lot of great things that are going to be going on for the month of October. And you know, October in Cayman, there is so much going on. There are so many organizations doing so many great things. It's really an important month. So when it gets to be November, I don't want to hear any women saying, "What about breast cancer? I didn't hear anything about it," because there's so much going on.
Well, turn on a radio,
Yeah.
you know, read a newspaper, you know, go to the websites and also the social media pages. So sometimes, because I have the same complaint, I didn't know what was going on. But if you have the social media handles, go and check, you know, and if you check there, you'll be able to see it. Because I think we're in a time in our lives where we're competing for attention. So you literally have to go to the source. So go to the IG, go to Facebook, and then you'll get that information. Because trust me, if you're not listening to the radio or you're not picking up a newspaper regularly, you're going to miss some things.
That's right. And for the older ladies who might not really be into social media, I think every woman on this island knows about the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens pink calendar.
Right.
They've been using the exact same format for so many years. So make sure you get one of those.
Where
Ask
can they
at your
get one?
church. They can call the Lions Club. The Lions have their own den.
Okay.
They can call. Their number is 936-1739. It's over by Mango Tree.
Oh, yeah, right there.
But
yeah.
there's a lot of places where they can stop in and look for this. And I think what happens is this calendar gets put out and they post it on the bulletin boards in the grocery store and they give it to churches. So if you're looking around for this pink calendar, I think you're going to find it. And I know for sure that the Cayman Islands Cancer Society will have extra copies. So if somebody wants to stop by there, they can collect the copies and get 10 of them and then give them to all your friends and put them up at church or put them up at the grocery store yourself or
Put
give
them
them
on
out
your fridge.
Yeah, give it to you. Tape it to the back of your car.
So you can remember.
There's a lot of things you can do. But anyway, everybody knows that those things exist. So be sure to get that information because it's important.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about, I guess, you know, some of the things that you have coming up, but also we're going to talk a little bit about partnerships because partnerships are really, really important. So let's just do some background. Let's do the Health City stuff, what they want you to do.
Yeah, so for the entire month of October, we at Health City are encouraging all the amazing women in our lives here in Cayman to put themselves first. This is something we don't normally do. Put themselves first during the month of October and go ahead and schedule that mammogram for yourself.
Yes.
And if you do it during October, we have a special going on. It's only $150.
Yeah.
That's a really, really great deal.
It is.
So $150, you can call the number. It's 640-4040. That's the number you can always call for Health City. You can always also email at info@healthcity.ky. And say, I want to take advantage of the promotion. You'll see this in October, so watch all those social media sites.
So mammograms are being done at Health City now?
So mammograms have been done at Health City for a few years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I'm talking about the Health City in East End. So the big hospital, the mothership out in East End.
Right.
So that's where the mammogram machine is.
Okay.
And it is a Pristina 3D mammogram machine. It's amazing, and it is super comfortable.
Invent a word, Pristina?
No, Pristina is the name.
Oh, okay.
Using lingo here. It's the name of the machine itself.
Okay.
It's the model,
and it's a Pristina.
Pristina.
Okay.
So I think I've heard people call the machine feminine name Tina.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is that it's a comfortable one.
Nice.
In the old days, it wasn't all that comfortable, but you can go and get a mammogram at Health City in East End. It's the state-of-the-art one. It goes really fast. Just when you start feeling like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable, then it's over.
Really?
And then you're done. And you can do that for $150.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so that deal starts in October so you have to book it during October. But you can, we expect we're going to get pretty busy. So you can go ahead and schedule it. Book it in October, but schedule it for November if you need to. That's fine.
All
but
right.
make sure you get that mammogram because we all know, everybody knows that early detection saves lives. And we don't want women to wait around until they have some sign or symptom or problem. That's why we get these screening mammograms. We get screening so we can find a problem before it becomes obvious, and then we have to get a diagnostic screening.
Right.
We don't want to have to do that. Early detection will save lives, and they can catch things now. These machines are so precise and so high-tech. They can catch cancer at stage 0.
Wow.
This was new to me because I thought in order to be cancer, it had to be at least stage 1. They can catch cancer now when the conditions are ripe for cancer to develop.
Right.
So that's cancer stage 0.
That's great.
This is amazing. And so if you can get your mammogram screening just the way you're supposed to after 40 years old, every other year, or on different intervals if your doctor recommends it in a different way because you have a family history or something else, then you're going to be able to catch a problem nice and early. And if you have a problem, you get it diagnosed, you get it treated, and you go on with your life.
That's nice. That's good. And that's good to know that you're able to do that at Health City and at a discounted rate.
Right.
For the month of October.
Yeah, and I actually have a good statistic here. When diagnosed early and in the localized stage, the 5-year survival rate for breast cancer is over 95%.
Okay.
So a missed mammogram could mean a delayed diagnosis, and we don't want that. Let's get it diagnosed and treated.
All right.
No sense in ignoring things.
Yeah, especially in a time where, like you said, it can be caught at 0.
Yeah.
So there's no, definitely not an excuse, but there's no reason. There's no reason, not to put yourself first and go and check it out, and then you can move from that point. Because then there's all sorts of other things that can help you in the event that it develops, right?
Right. And if you're under the watchful eye of a doctor, then they can say, we're going to watch this for another 3 months or 6 months, or decide what's right for you. And then if there is an issue, they can figure out what is the right treatment. At Health City now, we have all 3 methods of taking care of cancer. We're talking about breast cancer right now, but any kind of cancer. So we have a doctor who does surgical oncology. So he's a specialist at removing cancer. We also have a radiation oncologist, so he uses radiation to treat that. And of course, we have Dr. Vanitha, who's been here for 9 years now, and she's the medical oncologist. So she's the one who uses treatments like immunotherapy and chemotherapy. So there are only three tools that they have, and we have all 3 tools and all 3 specialists now. And so if something happens, they can take a look at it, figure out what to do, you get it treated, go on with your life.
That's great. There you go.
Yeah.
So, Jennifer, we are going to come back and continue this conversation. We're going to take a little break, but we'll be back with Jennifer Weber. She is here from Health City, and she's the Oncology Operations Manager, and we're talking all things breast cancer because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Talk Today.
Introducing Digicell's all-new prepaid plans. Packed with more any-use data than ever before. Entertainment data for the apps you love, like Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Plus, endless social data for Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So you're always in the know. Stay connected. Stay entertained with Digicell's new prepaid plans. Activate in the My Digicel app today. Digicel, better connected.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The Cayman Islands Maritime Heritage Foundation, in cooperation with the Cayman Islands Catboat Club's new 312-page book on the history of turtle schooners and catboats, is available at the Thompson Building in Georgetown and also from Catboat Club members. You can call 926-4676 or 916-7755. This book is a must-read for all Caymanians and residents. Buy your copy today and learn about this fascinating era in Cayman's history.
Attention all gaming enthusiasts, cosplayers, and technical aficionados. Experience the highly anticipated revival of the Caribbean's premier esports and gaming convention, taking place on September 30th and October 1st at the John Gray High School Gymnasium, Gamers Bay 7. A captivating 2-day extravaganza. Prepare to immerse yourself in an unforgettable event filled with excitement and innovation. Competitors, come showcase your skills and vie for over $10,000 in cash and prizes. Engage in exhilarating head-to-head battles in popular games such as Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, eFootball 23, Rocket League, and Super Smash Brothers. Renowned YouTubers Beck Bro Jack, Adam Beck, and Alec Duras will be there. Cosplayers Carrigan Taylor and Windy Girk will be there too. Lots of free play opportunities catering to PC gamers, retro players, console enthusiasts, arcade lovers, and yes, virtual reality enthusiasts alike. Don't forget the plethora of vendor booths to purchase exclusive items and deals. For further details, including general admission tickets, registration for individuals or teams, please visit GamersBayCayman.com. Sponsored by the Cayman Esports Association, NetGeeks Media, Ministry of Innovation, Ministry of Sports, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Tourism, C3 Pure Fiber, Monster Energy, Digicel, Sagicor, Maxstore, Costuless, Cayman Olympics, Enterprise Cayman, Prestige Motors, High Tech Electronics, ATV Cayman, Office Supply, and Radio Cayman. Gamers Bay 7.
Listening to the general public.
The Cayman Islands foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman.
waiting to take your calls right now.
Talk today.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon and talking to Miss Jennifer Weber, who's from Health City. She's the Oncology Operations Manager. And we're talking about breast cancer and activities that's being supported. The Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up in October. And we're, talking about the campaign. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining me, as well as my audience that's joining me this afternoon to hear all things breast cancer right now. So we're talking about the fact that they could go to Health City and get that done in the month of October. Mm-hmm. For $150. That's awesome.
Right, and it
that's
has
a big
to be
discount.
the one in East End. That's where we have the mammography machine.
Right.
And in the future, they'll be able to do it at Cayman Bay. Once the new hospital is all finished, we'll have everything all right there under one roof.
Right.
But for now, you take the drive out to East End. If I were you, I'd recommend that you do it around lunchtime so you can get that good curry lunch afterwards. But that's just me.
The breakfast is nice too.
Yeah,
I love the
good.
breakfast at Health City.
Oh,
I love it. Yeah, I do. I must say. They give nice eggs and then they bring it right to you. See, I mean, hey, if I gotta go to the hospital, it's nice to sit down and have a nice meal and stuff. But like you said, you love the curry there because you talk about it all the time.
I do, and I eat lunch there every single day, and I'm never sick of it. They call me Curry Jenny, so yeah, I think the food there is great. A lot of people like it.
All right, in terms of breast cancer, so I know screening is very important, and so it's usually recommended that women from the age of 40 should really look into it, or at least start thinking about it. And you're doing your own physical exam. Mm-hmm. You're doing your own self exams, mm-hmm. and then you have your doctor visit, and then they generally will check for something, and then there's a mammogram. So generally, like you had mentioned before the break, that we should at least have it done, if not once a year, once every 2 years, but in guidance with our doctor. Yeah.
Right. So the self-breast check is something that you're supposed to do as a woman every month. You know, you're taking a shower, you're really just looking or to see if there's any change when you look in the mirror, and you're also checking when you're washing to see if there's any lump, any thickening, any of those kinds of things. And I'll tell you, the ladies at the Breast Cancer Foundation do a fantastic presentation about self-breast checks. So if that's something you're interested in, I would recommend that you give them a call and check on that. And then, like the Cancer Society is also doing health fairs and a lot of educational things in the community. Depending on the month, they may or may not have the breast cancer self-breast checks information with them. I know it's hard with them, but you can get information from them. And then, of course, there's the good old YouTube. But then when you do go to the doctor, when you get a general checkup with your GP, or if you go to a gynecologist to get your Pap test, you should definitely take your doctor up on doing a clinical breast exam. And that's what they call it when the doctor with their trained hands feels everything. You know, and usually they're chatting with you, asking about this and that, and so you're not really paying attention. But those trained hands know what to feel for, and so that's another way of making sure that we're getting another set of eyes and another set of hands that is knowledgeable to take a look. And then, like you said, you do the mammogram screening, and it's recommended. The guidelines from the American Cancer Society, we have a lot of information on that, and that's usually what we use here. But it's every other year from the age of 40, unless otherwise recommended by your doctor.
Okay.
So for the ladies who are listening, if you feel like, wow, I just had my mammogram 6 months ago and now I feel a lump, that doesn't mean wait a year and a half.
Right.
If you have a problem, then you go see your doctor and you say, hey, doctor, I've got this thing. And the doctor will say, oh, that's nothing. Or, oh, you know what? Instead of a mammogram screening, I think maybe we should do an ultrasound for this. So, you know, the doctors are the ones who are supposed to be recommending the tests that we need. And
Right.
they can decide if it's a diagnostic mammogram, which just means that they use the machines to take extra views and extra images so they can get an even clearer vision or clearer look at what they're seeing. And the screening is just fewer, and they're always using these images to compare each time that you've had a mammogram. And so the value of a mammogram isn't just the one time, it's by having all of the images that the doctors can compare
Right.
time after time after
The
time.
history, yeah.
Yeah, because believe it or not, every woman's breasts look a little bit different. Some are more dense,
Right.
or thicker, or larger, or fattier than others. And, you know, I've heard women through the years say, oh, my breasts are large, and so it's hard for them to see. But I've also heard women say, my breasts are small, so it's hard for them to see.
Right, right.
So it's a good idea to make sure that you can give the doctors everything they need so they can check if there's any changes for you.
Yeah, and just look out for yourself because, you know, sometimes we're afraid and we don't want to check things out, but that's always worse. If it's something that could have been caught early, you know, you're in more of a problem then. So
for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about this Conquering Cancer Symposium.
Yeah, so it was just last weekend. Big shout out to the Cayman Islands Cancer Society who put on the Conquering Cancer Symposium that takes place every other year, except for during COVID. And so it was back on. It started last Thursday, and it went on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Health City was one of many sponsors. There were tons of people that were there and a lot of great people involved. And the first day was Thursday night. It was a continuing medical education presentation for all the doctors. So all these doctors come from overseas and local doctors too to give a CME, a continuing medical education presentation about the hottest, latest, newest stuff relating to a particular kind of cancer.
Right.
And they present to all the doctors and allied medical professionals. So that includes the nurses and the dentists and other people like physical therapists, everybody in one room. So everybody gets the new information, right? And we had Dr. Gatcliffe, who used to be with another healthcare system and is now with Health City. And so a lot of ladies remember him. He's from Trinidad. He's got kind of a swagger kind of thing about
You're so
him.
funny. I knew you were going down this road.
The ladies like Dr. Troy.
Ladies like Dr. Troy.
And he is a gynecological oncology surgeon.
Okay, surgeon. Okay.
So I got to think a lot to say that. But he did a great presentation on Thursday night. And then on Friday, we had Dr. Jagan, who is our oncology surgeon at Health City. He went out to the community, like everybody who spoke on Thursday night then went out into the community and did a corporate talk.
Okay.
So Dr. Jagan the arrangements were made for him to go to Bethel Christian to do a corporate talk there on Friday. And then on Saturday, it was the big free public health fair. And that's where everybody had a booth and all of the doctors came together and gave a shorter presentation about the things that they talked about to all the doctors.
Yeah.
And on that night, we had our radiation oncologist, Dr. Vikas, talking to people. So it was a big day. If the ladies at the Cancer Society are asleep at their desk, it's because they exhausted themselves. And Dave too. I forget there's a man there too.
Right.
Because they work so hard to put that on.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know that you can't do this on your own. How important are partnerships? Let's talk a little bit about partnerships.
Super, super important. It's the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens that were the original breast cancer education group. The OGs. That's exactly right. You're taking my laugh lines.
Right.
So they were the OGs of breast cancer awareness. And most people know that sadly is because of Miss Brenda Tibbetts-Lund. And she was a member of the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. And in her memory, they continue to fight on and do an amazing job all year long, but in particular in October, to make sure that women know what's important, what the newest information is about breast cancer, to get their mammograms, and to make sure that everybody has all of the access that they need. And so once again, in October this year, starting on the 1st, the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens is going to start doing their presentations. They do a clinic during the day, and then they do an education and awareness event at night. So there are no excuses. If someone says, I work at night or I work during the day, you have a chance to go, and they do them in the districts. And so anybody can go to any of the districts and get the information that they need. And if they qualify, and I'll explain what that means, they can get a free voucher where the the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens will give them a voucher so that they can go and get the mammogram that they need, so they don't have to wait. Money shouldn't be an issue to keep women from getting these checkups. So to qualify means that it has to be a woman who is 40 or over. You can't be 21, not because they want to be mean, but because it isn't necessary. When you're 21, your breasts are young and firm, and it's
unless you feel something.
Yes,
right.
You can't really see anything.
Yeah.
And so you're not recommended to have a screening.
Right.
If you have a problem, you see something, you feel something, by all means go to a doctor and get it checked out.
Right.
But for these free vouchers, it's for the masses, right? So it's women who are over 40 who can't afford to pay for one out of pocket, or they don't have the insurance benefit because they have what's called a SHIC plan.
Right.
I enunciate very carefully. The Standard Health Insurance Coverage, SHIC plan. And usually in the SHIC plan, it's $200 or $250
for the year,
for the whole year. And if you've already used that to get a Pap test, or if you've already used that to get your teeth cleaned and your eyes checked, you don't have the money left over to get a mammogram.
Right.
And so if you've exhausted your benefits, you can't afford to get it, and you are the right age, then you can get a voucher. And make sure that you get the things that you need. Yeah,
that's great. So partnerships are very, very important. And that opportunity is actually really good as well. So, being in partnership with the Lions as well as the Breast Cancer Foundation is amazing. Now we're going to take another break. Coming back, we're here talking with Ms. Jennifer Weber. She is from Health City. She is the Oncology Operations Manager. And we're just having a discussion about breast cancer awareness. And Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up in October. We have some activities that we're going to talk about when we come back. I am Catherine Tyson Sewell, your host, sitting in for Sterling Dwayne this afternoon, and we shall be back after these messages with...
It's game time, Subway fans. We're upping our sub game with the all-new Subway Series menu, an all-star lineup of 6 delicious recipes. Just order by name or number and we'll do the rest. Whether you're catching a quick lunch or just need a tasty victory, the Subway Series menu is coming in clutch. Subway Series, easy to order, hard to resist. Try it today, only at Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Introducing Digicell's all-new prepaid plans. Packed with more any-use data than ever before. Entertainment data for the apps you love, like Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Plus, endless social data for Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So you're always in the know. Stay connected. Stay entertained with Digicell's new prepaid plans. Activate in the My Digicel app today. Digicel, better connected.
Cybercrime happens online or through the technology we use every day. Anyone can be a victim of cybercrime, whether you are a young person being bullied or harassed online, or an older person or business who's been scammed out of money or personal data. Cybercrime is an issue that touches all of us. The Cayman Islands government has therefore created an online resource to help keep you cyber safe in an ever-changing world.
In online situations, it is better to be cyber safe than sorry. Learn now to protect yourself against cybercrime. Visit gov.ky/cybersafe.
Listening to the general public.
The Cayman Islands foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers.
waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I couldn't see you, Susan. Yeah, no, I can't do nothing without you, Susan. Welcome back to Talk Today. This is Catherine Tyson Sewell, your host, and I am sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. And I'm talking to Ms. Jennifer Weber, who is the Oncology Operations Manager with Health City. And we are talking all things breast cancer. And I want to talk a little bit. I think you have a contest.
We
want to talk about that
do.
contest first, because that means our listeners can win something.
Yeah, so
Right.
if listeners can call in and answer this question, they can win a free mammogram. Now, remember, that's already a reduced price for October, so it's $150 to get a mammogram during the month. You schedule it during the month of October. But if you would like a free voucher, you can answer this question. Shall we tell them?
All right. So listen up. If you'd like a free voucher for a mammogram, which is a really big deal, answer this question. So
And
hit it.
the question is, at what age should women start getting their mammogram screening?
Again.
At what age should women start getting their mammogram screening?
All right, that's your question. Dun, 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 dun. You can give us a call, 949-6990, 949-8037, if you have the answer. And listen, this is huge, because I actually just got a mammogram about 4 or 5 months ago, and I don't know why I didn't. I should have called Jennifer, but I did not spend $150 on it for sure, right? And I did not have the voucher, so but I had to get it. You know, I'm a little over 40, 40 and me. We're not friends anymore, but yeah, and so I had to get that done. And funny enough, we had to go beyond it to do the other screening, the ultrasound type of thing, because as you were talking about young, supple breath, I was thinking, no wonder they're not crushing them in these machines, because there's still got some. But us, on the other hand, things are like, flattening out and stuff like that, so they can't see stuff as much. Yeah, so I had to actually go do that ultrasound thing, and thank God everything was fine.
Good,
but
glad to hear it.
just checking that out, and just Dr. Tanya Ebanks, who's awesome. She actually treated me, and that was just great. So there's someone on the line. Put on your ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
somebody ready?
Yes, because your headphones there. Someone's there for the answer. Hello, and welcome to Talk Today.
Hi, good afternoon, Miss Catherine.
Hi there. How are you?
How are you? I'm good, thank you. I just answered the question, the age of 40.
Yes.
Ding, ding,
all right. So you have won a voucher.
That's right.
So you just,
Okay.
So what I'm going to need you to do is make sure that you stay on the line and you give your information. We'll need your name, your date of birth, and your telephone number so that I can contact you later and make sure that I get you that voucher. I'm so happy that you answered the question correctly. Well done. Did you know that before, or did you learn that because you were listening?
I knew it before, but I still listen.
All right.
Well done. Make sure you tell your friends. Thanks for calling in.
Well, congrats. Okay, great. Have a great afternoon. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Done.
Yes, one and done. And it's a big deal because, like you were saying, even about the chic plan doesn't cover a lot.
Right.
So when you have to pay for a mammogram, it can be $350, sometimes a little more. It depends. So that's really good. So, and for the month of October, it's $150 at Health City. So take advantage of it. So that's great. Congrats to the caller that won that. Now, you have a couple of things coming up. You have some cancer awareness meetings in October. So I want to talk about that before you skedaddle. I think you're going to stay on with me a little longer.
Yeah, I'll be happy to stick around. So the Lions Club has a whole host of events, but Health City is helping support the great work that they do in the community by providing a speaker for 3 of their meetings. So Health City is going to send a doctor for an awareness meeting on October 15th, that's Sunday, in North Side at 9 o'clock at the United Church. And we're also going to have a speaker, same date, October 15th, 11 o'clock at the East End United Church. And those are for the people who are going to be in those areas. But the big one, the big meeting is always the Georgetown Awareness Meeting. And that always takes place at the Lions Center on the stage with all of the bells and whistles and all the great stuff. Usually there's a couple hundred women who come. And some women come to these events faithfully, no matter what district they live in.
Right.
So it's on a Thursday night on the 26th of October. 7 p.m. at the Lions Center. There's no charge. You just come. I'd recommend you come a little early. Come right, maybe 5 till 7. So you can come in and get a good little seat.
Right.
So that you and your friends can come and you can hear the talks because doctors are going to be there providing talks and giving good information about breast cancer. And at the end, if you have a question, you can actually ask a doctor.
Right.
You can stand up and ask if it's a public kind of question, or if it's something that is a little bit more personal, you can stick around and chat with them privately afterwards. And Health City will be there. And we're also providing vouchers for that night. And so women who qualify, who need to get those mammograms, can come and get a voucher, get the information, and probably some nice snacks too.
Oh, nice. That's nice. And how long is the meeting generally?
It's usually about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And it's put on, again, this is one of the many activities that the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens does during the month of October. But historically, the Georgetown Awareness Meeting has always been the big one. So plan to be there for about an hour and a half. And honestly, I think it's great to do it as a girls' night out. You come, you hang out with your friends, you get all the information. I don't think they have wine. No, that might be a different event, Catherine. But you get all the good information, and then you have your own little crew of educated women.
Nice.
So that you can help each other.
And you're going to be there?
I will definitely
You're
be
gonna
there.
be there. I mean, come and meet Jennifer Weber. I mean, you're just to meet you. You're a celebrity, you know.
Is that right? So yeah, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there because I feel like the Lions Center is like my second home.
Right.
Because the Lions Center is always such a great venue for all kinds of things. Health related stuff. We were there a few weeks ago doing sort of a pop-up health fair at a car show.
Right.
I didn't even know that Cayman had a car show. It's the ASO car show, and they said it was
didn't know.
7 years in a row.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
So
all right. So before you go,
Yes.
and you're gonna stay actually, but before we take another break, your Health City is sponsoring the September 29th Cayman Heart Fund Gala dinner at the Kimpton.
We're one of many sponsors, yeah. And
Okay.
so I know that we're supposed to be talking about breast cancer, but I also wanted to give a shout out to another great organization in the community,
Right.
the Cayman Heart Fund. And they're having this gala. It's going to be a great event. It's at the Kimpton. I think it starts at 7. I am coincidentally going to be there because just taking my Health City hat off, I'm just going to be a volunteer for that organization because they do good work. And so if anybody is interested in learning more about that, they can certainly contact the Cayman Heart Fund. The person who's actually doing all of the fundraising is a woman named Susie Bodden. And if you want to reach out to her, her number is 324-1298. And if she's listening, she's going, I can't believe you just gave my cell phone. But if you need her, it's Susie Bodden at 324-1298. You can call her if you want to offer prizes or if you want to be a last minute sponsor or you just want to get involved and maybe attend that event.
No, there you go. Now, I just want to read this, the Health City Breast Cancer Campaign. The promotion is for the entire month of October, encouraging incredible women in our lives to put themselves first and schedule a mammogram at Health City for only $150. When diagnosed early and in the localized stage, the 5-year survival rate for breast cancer is over 95%. A missed mammogram could mean a delayed diagnosis of breast cancer.
Right.
So that's big, right?
Is.
And if you can catch it early, there's a 95% survival rate. And that's great. That's one of the good cancers.
Absolutely. So, it's hard to
If
find the
there's
right
a
words
good
to say, right?
cancer,
One of the good
right,
cancers.
yeah.
But the best kind of cancer is the cancer that you catch as early as possible.
Right.
And often in those cases, it's something small, it's something localized, and the doctors can go, oh, okay, we'll remove that.
Let me just move that.
And then you go on with your life.
Right.
And if you sit around and wait and you feel like, oh, I'm nervous, what if it's cancer? Waiting to find out if it's cancer isn't going to be helpful to you.
Well, it's not helping for sure, because in the event that it is, then you would have lost good time.
Right. And I think one thing that we always have to remind women is, and men as well, actually, that I think people feel like if you have cancer, you'd feel horrible and you would have a lot of pain. That certainly is true. We hear of, people at the end of their life when they have cancer. It can be a terrible disease that's difficult to manage the pain of. But cancer isn't painful in the beginning. And so people, often are surprised if they're, oh, I feel great. I didn't have any trouble. How could I have cancer? Cancer's sneaky.
Yeah.
We got to remember that. And so we got to count on cancer being sneaky. We need the doctors to help catch it early, because if it's starting to hurt, if we're having problems, chances are it's already moved on.
Yeah. And that's the danger zone.
Yeah.
So on the 15th, you have a couple of meetings, and also the big meeting on the 26th where you can actually meet Jennifer herself. Jennifer, you are a bright light. You shine wherever you go. And I mean that.
Oh,
I
thank you.
absolutely mean that. From the day that I met you, I was like, she's going to be my friend. I like her. She understands sarcasm and she laughs a lot. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. That is listening to the Health City's Oncology Operations Manager, Jennifer Weber, talking about various breast cancer activities for the upcoming month of October. And we shall be back. We'll be talking with the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, and you're going to stay on with us, so you'll hear some more. So stay tuned. This is the news coming up. We'll be back with more Talk Today right after these messages.
Today's biggest news. Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority and the Ministry of Tourism and Transport.
Money on the agenda this morning in Parliament. The House suspended until the conclusion of Finance Committee. The Honourable Premier Wayne Panton, Minister of Sustainability and Climate Resiliency and Finance and Economic Development, tabling request to Finance Committee for appropriation changes under Section 12 of the Public Management and Finance Act for the year ending 31st December 2023. In international headlines, Gatwick Airport, London's second busiest, is limiting flights this week, partly because of an outbreak of COVID-19 within air traffic control. Hunter Biden is suing Rudy Giuliani and another attorney. He says they wrongly accessed and shared his personal data after obtaining it from the owner of a Delaware computer repair shop. And the U.S. Postal Service has rolled out new 4 special edition postage stamps, paying homage to a tradition with global roots, piñatas. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority and the Ministry of Tourism and Transport.
The Health Services Authority has over 120 world-class physicians offering the most comprehensive range of specialist services on island. Our dedicated team of professionals provide the highest quality care in orthopedics, interventional radiology, women's health, geriatrics, and a host of other specialist areas. We are a JCI accredited organization with a proven record of excellence. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you. For more information, visit hsa.ky.
I am Heather Bodden, MP for Savannah and a lifelong advocate for the environment. Illegal dumping is a crime, so please take civic pride in our home and put litter where it belongs. If you see someone littering, report it to the Department of Environmental Health on 949-6696.
Be a part of the solution, not the pollution. Littering is a crime punishable by a $500 fine or 6 months in prison. Brought to you by the Beautification Task Force and Ministry of Tourism and Ports.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
In Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, it was around the same time as the emancipation process that permanent settlements, or rather resettlements, began on the islands, and was largely via the whites, who had never owned slaves. However, the first certain knowledge of settlement was during the early 1830s. The James Minot slave census of 1834 recorded that a Mr. William Page was living on Little Cayman with 6 slaves. The following year, Captain Pack arrived on Little Cayman to read the Emancipation Proclamation to Page and the slaves, after which the slaves are believed to have left.
Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Listening to the general public.
The Cayman Islands foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
there are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. Please give us a call at 949-6990 or 949-8037. I am still here with Miss Jennifer Weber, but we also have joining us on the phone from the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. Are you there?
I am here. This is Maxine Bravo.
Hi, Maxine. How are you?
I'm well, thank you very much for having me, Catherine. Jennifer, it's great to know that you're in studio. Good afternoon, listeners.
Yeah, we miss you not being here with us.
Unfortunately, I could not make it to studio today.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be
give information.
We thought it was going to be a 3 girls are cool moment. Anyway, yes, you have some information for us. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on.
Excellent. So I believe the topic we're on is breast cancer and our initiatives as the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens.
Right.
And this marks our 26th year anniversary of the campaign. A campaign which started because of the Brenda Lund Tibbetts. Brenda Lund Tibbetts chartered, or I should say, started the campaign in 1997. And so we continue to help women and men within the community to be aware of what breast cancer is all about. So we give information educationally, district clinics, district awareness nights, as well as we promote the event by doing our Brenda Tibbetts Lund 10K and a 5K run walk annually. And this month coming up, October 8th, will be the run walk, which will be held at the 7 Miles Beach.
Okay. That what's the date of that?
8th of October, and it starts at 5:30 a.m. Now, for persons who are available to register online, we are taking registration online now through Cayman Active and I believe Race Caribbean, I believe, are the two online registration. Or you can walk into our Pink Shop, which has been opened from yesterday. Our Pink Shop is open between the hours of 10 to 6, that's 10 to 6, and Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're unsure where to find us, we are right next door to the Mango Tree Restaurant, which is across from Napa at the Maxine Den.
Okay. So that's where the Pink Shop exists.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're able to go there and they're able to purchase their dress down pink shirts, their walk run shirts as well as various pink themed items. So it seems like it's an interesting just visit, right? To see what you guys have.
One stop fit all. Yes.
Okay.
It's a one stop shop. The Pink Shop is also available online. So if you just go into the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens Pink Shop online, you'll be able to see all the items that are in the Pink Shop, and you can purchase online and pick up in-house.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, and also if they wanted to register for the walk run, the 5 and 10K walk run, they need to go to Cayman Active. They're not able to do that at the Pink Shop.
Yes, they can do it at the Pink Shop as well.
Okay,
so
good.
if they are unsuccessful in registering online, then of course stop by our Pink Shop and register. And we're encouraging corporate companies to take part in this activity this year again, because there's always a corporate cup to be won.
Oh.
And I believe last year Fiji was the one who won that cup. So we are encouraging persons to come on out and register and participate. This year we're hoping that we would be able to sponsor over 600 mammogram vouchers, to men and women alike, and so we are encouraging the public to come on out and register and participate in this wonderful event.
Right, so this event will aid in the purchasing of mammogram vouchers.
Yes, applying mammogram vouchers.
Okay,
yes.
How much is it to register?
It's only $25. Only $25. We have not increased our prices. It's only $25.
And that comes with a shirt?
You get a free shirt. I believe the first 300 persons who register get a free shirt, and whatever additional paraphernalias are in that bag.
Okay. And it starts at the West Bay Road Public Beach.
West Bay Road Public Beach is the location, October 8th, 2023. Our registration starts at 5:30 a.m. The run walk begins at 6 a.m. We'll have refreshments following the run walk at 7:30 a.m. Prize drawing at 7:45 a.m. And again, registration is only $25.
And where does it go? Like, normally we get a little route. Where's the route of this walk run?
It starts from the public beach. We go all the way down to KFC for the 10 miles. That's KFC on 7 Miles Beach Road, and you turn back right there. And I believe the 5K ends at Galleria Plaza.
Okay.
You make that turnaround, that roundabout near to the Galleria Plaza. You make that turnaround at the 5K.
Oh, you mean the KFC down by the
water stops out to indicate, how far we go. We are hoping to have exercise thing starting at the starting point. We'll have our Pinky out. Pinky will be there to celebrate with the children, and of course, bring your pets out so that they too can walk.
Okay.
Hold on a second, Maxine. I wonder if people who are listening, do they know what Pinky is?
Yeah,
do
I
they
wanna
know who
know.
Pinky
I don't
is?
know.
Pinky is our Pink Panther, our mascot. So our mascot has been around for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
We've introduced Pink Panther. Yes, and you can come on out and take your photos with Pink Panther.
And you can have your strollers and everything involved as well.
Yes,
because I was thinking that it was the KFC by the Strand, but it's not. It must be the KFC by the wharf.
All the way down to the wharf.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes, not by the Strand. That's too short.
I know, when you said Galleria, I was like, okay, that must be the other KFC.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So it starts so you get there at 5:30 and it starts at 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you all get back by 7:30.
Well, the latest, yes. So refreshments is at 7:30 and our prize drawing is at 7:45. I also want to make the listening public more aware that while October is recognized by the Tropical Gardens Club as breast cancer, October is actually recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month worldwide. And when we decided to participate in this initiative, it was Marilda Miller, who was a dear friend and colleague of one of our members in the club who was diagnosed, that the club set out to mark and support early detection information and make it more available to women living within the Cayman Islands. And the first Breast Cancer Awareness Month started in October 1997. Now I keep repeating that because oftentimes we do give giveaways at our awareness meeting, our district clinics, and at our run walk. And I'm certain the listening public is listening carefully as I repeated that date and day and year. So listening public, look out for some of the questions that will be posed during our district awareness nights and also the district clinics.
Okay, all right. So we have the walk, run, and we just talked about the discussions that you'll be having on October 15th.
Yes.
Right.
There's 2 events. I've got the calendar in front of me. You probably do.
Yes, I do as well. So
okay,
Jennifer,
go ahead.
Spoke on October 15th. You did, right?
Yes.
So I should. All right. So allow me to inform the listening public that our launch is usually a public launch. This year we will be at our church service. Will take place at the First Baptist Church on Crew Road at 10:30 a.m. That's the First Baptist Church. So if you don't have a church to go to, please come on out and join us at
Which
the First
day is
Baptist
that?
Church on the 1st of October.
Okay.
So that's Sunday, October 1 at 10:30 a.m. at the First Baptist Church. We will have our booth set up. We will have information there, pamphlets there, so the listening public can come on out and join us at that church service. Following the church service, we will have information booth, and you can probably get an idea of what else you can purchase from the Pink Shop. We will have a mini Pink Shop there, so you can do your purchases. Then we have our first district clinic at Northside Clinic. That's the Northside Clinic on the 6th of October, and that's at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. That's Northside Clinic. Then we have the Run Walk on on the 8th of October. And again, that will be starting at 6 a.m., registration 5:30, start time 6 a.m., West Bay Road, Public Beach.
Okay. Miss Maxine, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll come back. I want you to continue to share that calendar with our listening audience. Yes?
Awesome.
So just hold on a second. We will be back with more Talk Today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what, though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
It's game time, Subway fans. We're upping our sub game with the all-new Subway Series menu, an all-star lineup of 6 delicious recipes. Just order by name or number and we'll do the rest. Whether you're catching a quick lunch or just need a tasty victory, the Subway Series menu is coming in clutch. Subway Series, easy to order, hard to resist. Try it today, only at Subway. Eat fresh.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Listening to the general public.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers.
waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. This is your host, your guest host, Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting in for the main man, Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, and happy to be in the seat welcoming all of you listeners, talking about breast cancer awareness. And on the phone, we have Miss Maxine Bravo from the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. Miss Maxine, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm excited to hear. Each time you announce that, I feel even more excited to give the listening audience more information on our breast cancer campaign this year. Yes,
good stuff. And your I'm telling you, your the calendar is so robust. I love it.
Yes,
lots of good stuff happening.
We try to make sure that the public gets out of Lions Club of Tropical Gardens all the information possible, because our campaign only runs for 1 month, October, the month of October, in the Cayman, in Grand Cayman. We also have the initiative that started from September. So last weekend we had the run walk in Cayman Brac. And we do thank the Cayman Brac Club and the public in Cayman Brac to always come out and support this initiative and continue to do so throughout the years. So it's a partnership program between the two clubs, and we continue to give as much back to the community as we possibly can.
Right. Now, I want to ask you before we continue on the calendar of events, when it's at the clinics, right? And we'll give the dates for the clinics. Exactly what is it that that people can expect at the clinics on those days?
Okay, thank you. That's a great question. So one of the approaches that while we are distributing giveaways at the district clinics, it's also a way for us to give information and make the community aware of what breast cancer is all about, how it impacts or affects you, and what methods you can do to try to prevent it, because early detection saves lives. So we will have a doctor or a nurse. Nurse Joy is usually at our clinics. Thanks to Nurse Joy, she has been there faithfully every year at our district clinics. And so we give the information, from an awareness perspective, medical awareness perspective. Then we hand out our paraphernalias, which is informational brochures. Sometimes we will have an information card as out. You can hang that in your shower, how to do your breast self-checks, which is wellness and awareness. And also we give out items as free giveaways, which could range from key rings, shower caps, instructions on your breast self-exams, which is not just the one that hangs in the shower, but it might be on a pamphlet. You might get a T-shirt. So we make it fun. So while you're getting the information and the education on what breast cancer is all about and the treatment and preventative methods, you're also being able to win a prize.
Oh, nice.
And can I chime in and say everybody wants those shower cards. Everybody loves those. And I think it's only the Lions Club that gives those away because people are always asking for those. So ladies, turn up, go get those.
Right. Yes. So I see on
the men ask as well. The men ask as well.
Yeah, I see the men too. So I see that on the 6th of October, it's the Northside Clinic. And then on the 9th of October, it's the Georgetown Clinic.
No, the West Bay Clinic is on the 9th of October.
Oh, on your calendar, it says the 17th for West Bay Clinic.
Okay, let me just double check those dates for you.
It's okay.
Maybe I have the wrong date looking at. So let me just give me a moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just wanting for people listening, if they're in a certain district, that they would know when these are happening at the actual clinics.
Yeah, and Maxine, one other thing that I know people are interested in is where they can get this calendar. If it's online, where can they look for it? Or if they want to get a hard copy, where can they get one?
Okay, so you can always pick up a hard copy at the Pink Shop. Our Pink Shop is open from 11 a.m. today. We started yesterday, so it's open and available there. If you're in an office environment, we can email it to you. You can send us an email at presidentlctg@gmail.com, or you can send us an email at BCA Awareness, that's BCAWARENESS @gmail.com, and we will forward you a copy of the calendar so you can have it in real time. We also have it on our Facebook page, our Instagram page. We also will be able to send it to you via WhatsApp or email, or our phone number is 936-1749. And if you're unable to get us, somebody will know someone within the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. We will get it to you. So just reach out to us on any of those mediums, and we will be able to share that with you.
You know what, Miss Maxine, I got to ask you something. Earlier, I said the Lions Den telephone number was 936-1739.
Yes, 1739.
Okay, cool. Just making sure that we all got the right information.
What number did I say? Yes. 936-1739. Now, earlier I was told that persons were trying to reach us and they weren't able to contact us, but do try again. If that number does not work, then please do drop us an email at BCA, because there will be an influx of calls coming in. So please feel free to reach out to us at bcaawareness@gmail.com. All right, so back to the calendar.
Yes,
Tyson,
ma'am. Yes.
I am looking at the calendar here. It says our church service is on the 1st, our run walk is on the 8th, our West Bay Awareness Meeting at John Gray Memorial Church Hall is on the 9th, and the Georgetown Clinic is on the 9th.
Right. Which is what I was saying. I didn't say the West Bay Awareness Meeting. It was the West Bay Clinic, which is on the 17th. I was trying to keep the clinics together, just so if people are listening, they can know, well, when my clinic coming up,
Okay, so you wanted the clinic dates first.
Yeah, and it's so the clinics are 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yes, so the 6th would be North Side.
Right. Georgetown is on the 9th. Then we have Bordentown on the 11th.
Yes, okay.
Right. We have We'll have West Bay on the 17th.
Right.
East End on the 19th.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Great.
So
okay.
that would cover all
So
the
each
clinics
district, yes.
for each district.
Great. Good
now,
stuff.
if you miss the clinic, then you also have an opportunity to be at the to go and participate at the awareness meetings at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Now, I want to bring the attention to those persons in North Side to say that the awareness meeting for Northside takes place at 9 a.m. this year at the Northside United Church.
Okay.
So, because we know that persons have challenges getting to Northside early enough when they leave home and get back home from work, there is also some little challenges there. So we moved the Northside Awareness meeting this year to 9 a.m., and that will take place at the William Pucci Memorial Church Hall at Northside United Church, 9 a.m. on October 15th. So bear that in mind. And also for the East End awareness meeting, that time has also been changed. Let me make sure. Yes, that awareness meeting takes place on the 22nd of October at 11 a.m. at the East End United Church. So those are the only two awareness meeting times that has changed.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So the very first awareness meeting will take place in West Bay on the 9th of October, and that will take place at the John Gray Memorial Church Hall. And that one is really a full house one, so I'm encouraging persons who have not been out for the last 2 years because of COVID, come on out, support us, learn something new, take your husband, take your child, take your daughter, take a friend. Come on out and listen and learn something new and see how best you can inform others about early detection, saving lives as it relates to breast cancer.
Right. Okay. All right, and then we have a couple of other awareness meetings throughout that month, and then of course on the 27th is Dress Down, Dress Pink, Pink Drink, Happy Hour at Rackham's 5 p.m.
Yes.
And everyone should get a copy of this calendar so they can know what is happening for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes. Exciting stuff are on the way. So, I mean, persons will feel a little bit disadvantaged because I've already spoken about West Bay, and we are always talking about West Bay. But let me just give the listening audience a quick run-through of the remaining awareness meeting dates.
Okay.
And then I'll throw out a challenge perhaps out there that we can distribute or award a gift today.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
So our Savannah Awareness Meeting, so I did mention the 15th is Northside Awareness Meeting at 9 a.m. On the 16th is the Savannah Awareness Meeting at the Savannah United Church Hall. That one is always full as well, so please come on out as early as possible. The time is at 7 p.m., 7 p.m., Savannah United Church. Then we have the Bordentown Awareness Meeting, Webster Memorial Church Hall at 7 p.m. We also have the last awareness meeting, which is a huge one, Georgetown Awareness Meeting, Lions Center at 7 p.m. So that's Georgetown Awareness Meeting, which will be the last one on the calendar for the year at Georgetown at the Lions Center, 7 p.m. Now, women and men, please bear in mind that there is an application to be awarded a mammogram voucher. We don't just get up and give it away. You have to complete an application form, and once you qualify, there are some criteria on the form that allows you to qualify. One of those criteria says that if you have a family, if you have a family history, both for the male and the female, if there's a family history, we would award you a voucher. If you're 40 and over, if you have not done a mammogram in the last 2 years, we consider you as well. However, if you're a breast cancer survivor, we do know that your mammogram, your your screening is supposed to be done a little bit more frequently, so we do consider that as well. We encourage you to come on out and be informed, come on out and support us, even if you do not want to apply for a mammogram voucher. And I believe that Jennifer would have explained it to the audience already. I did not hear her, but I'm certain she has already said to you, do not be afraid to be screened. Early detection saves lives, and that's what matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Maxine Bravo, for that very detailed, information on the calendar and what you have offering from the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And of course, everybody can go to Lion's Den, located next to Mango Tree Restaurant, and get all the information that they need. So, and to sign up for the walk run, which will be on the 8th. Very exciting.
Catherine, I want to close by saying this. I want to pick up all of our sponsors this year. Health City, for one. Health City has always been there for us, has been a supporter of giving away free vouchers. We want to say thank you to them. We want to thank all our sponsors. I don't want to leave out anyone. So all our corporate sponsors who have come on board this year and sponsored us over the years. We could not do it without all of our labs who continue to reduce their rates so that the rates that we are offered for mammogram vouchers or the mammogram screening has been lowered. So I want to thank HSA, Christy Tomlinson Hospital, Ocean Med, just to name a few. I believe that Doctors Hospital is the same as Christy Tomlinson Hospital. I keep changing the name, but I believe that is their name. MedLab, the Cancer Society, as well as partnering with the Breast Cancer Foundation, Cayman Islands. We want to really thank those persons within the public who has always continued to support us and to make this or these campaigns a success.
And we want to thank you all, too. We want to thank the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens for all the hard work that you do throughout the year, first of all, but definitely during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You're hot, you're moving, and people are able to really benefit. The general public can benefit from all of these offerings. So thank you so much for all the hard work that you all do.
Thank you so much for having me. And can I leave just with one last thing to ask the listener? If someone can reach out to you, the first caller who can tell us what year we started and month we started our outreach program for breast cancer awareness within the Cayman Islands, they will be awarded a free pink polo shirt for Dress Down, Dress Pink.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
All right. So do the question one more time.
What month and year did the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens begin its awareness campaign for breast cancer?
All right. There you have it. That's the question. And we will allow the first caller after the break, and then they'll be in contact with you. Thank you so much with Miss Maxine for that.
You are welcome.
You have a great afternoon.
You too. Thank
you.
Thank you.
And thank you all so much for tuning in to Talk Today. This is Catherine Tyson Sewell. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more, so please stay tuned.
All aboard the Pizza Boat! Cayman's newest pizzeria. Birthday parties, office luncheons, summer camps, game night. Whatever your occasion, bring the fun with Pizza Boat. A Cayman twist to pizza. Bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. What's more, now you can enjoy a boat-shaped pizza with toppings of your choice. It's Pizza Boat. Pizza Boat, now open in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Pick up or delivery 949-0000 or order online www.pizzaboat.ky. Pizza Boat. Experience the ultimate pizza voyage.
The 8th Annual Boarding Schools Fair Cayman Islands takes place at the Marriott on Saturday, 30th September, showcasing the 10 leading boarding schools in the UK and Canada, including very affordable state boarding schools. Meet the schools and learn firsthand about the advantages of attending these prestigious educational institutions, including academics, curriculum, extracurricular activities, sports and cultural programs. Geared for Caymanian students ages 8 through 18. Entry is free and parents can register at eventbrite.co.uk. The 8th Annual Boarding School Fair, Cayman Islands, Saturday, 30th September at the Marriott from 1 to 5 p.m. The fair will begin with 2 short presentations about boarding schools in the UK and Canada. Free registration at eventbrite.co.uk.
Cybercrime happens online or through the technology we use every day. Anyone can be a victim of cybercrime, whether you are a young person being bullied or harassed online, or an older person or business who's been scammed out of money or personal data. Cybercrime is an issue that touches all of us. The Cayman Islands government has therefore created an online resource to help keep you cyber safe in an ever-changing world.
In online situations, it is better to be cyber safe than sorry. Learn now to protect yourself against cybercrime. Visit gov.ky/cybersafe.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Listening to the general public.
The Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
there are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back. Yo. Welcome back to Talk Today. I was getting intercepted by a commercial, but kind of not. But maybe, I don't know. Sugar. You know, and they used to scratch the records. Well, y'all don't even know what records are, some of you. But anyway, I proudly have been a part of that era too. Welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell, your host this afternoon, your guest host, sitting in for Mr. Sterling Ebanks. And I know he's like, let me try to get back in my chair because she's scratching records in there. It's nothing but fun, Sterling. You know how it is. And I'm still here. I still got a rider, and the rider is Miss Jennifer Weber from Health. Yo. Don't let Jennifer start wrapping up in here. She looks like she could.
Nobody wants that.
We're willing to try anything this afternoon. It gets a little crazier when it gets to be about 1:38 and you haven't had lunch.
Yeah.
And the rain. Thinking. Listen, have you ever seen anything like it? Storm, rain, lightning, the second coming, and then it's hot, son. In 15 minutes, there's a guy in my office, and he's like, oh, I'll give it 15 minutes. I think he's American. He's from like Minnesota, and he's like 15 minutes. I was like, let me tell you something about being a Caymanian. That is an all-day rain. 15 minutes. You should have seen the sun. I feel so ashamed. And that happened like 3 times. Now I'm the joke of the office. Because when it starts to rain, it's like, Catherine, how long you give it? I'm like, I'm out of this. Because I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Last night's rain, lights were out. It was Newland, so it don't take much for that.
Lights were out in Georgetown too, because we lost our power in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay. Because there's a switch in Newlands that's like, bloop, you're all out. And it came back on 15 minutes. I woke up this morning thinking I was going to find a full-on hurricane. No, sunny, hot. What is happening? It is very serious. I don't know much about climate change and all that stuff, but I'm getting a little concerned. I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. And the whole week has been that way. You're walking with the umbrella. You're flinging your umbrella in the car. Then you needed it. Anyway. Jennifer, thank you for staying along with me because I will sit here and talk to myself for 1 hour.
It's my pleasure to be your sounding board about the weather or anything else.
Anything. And, you're always about breast cancer.
Well, in October for sure. In November,
Yes.
I'm about prostate cancer and colon cancer.
Overall, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Now, during the break, you actually shared with me that you had cancer.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, since we have some extra time, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and tell a little bit more detailed information. So,
Be careful with Jennifer's detailed information.
I don't mind sharing it. For a long time, I have been talking about early detection saves lives. Just like everybody else, I've been a busy working mom with kids and all kinds of things going on. And so I often would forget about when I needed to get a mammogram. But a few years ago,
Which is crazy because you're talking about mammograms all the time.
I know.
But as life is, we get busy and we
That's
forget.
That's right. And so I had gone to get my Pap test done and had some stuff taken care of for that. And the last thing my gynecologist said to me as the folder was closing of my patient file, the gynecologist said, "Hey, don't forget to get your mammogram. It's this year." And, most people, in order to maximize the benefits of their insurance, they alternate those. And I thought, it's a good thing that the doctor reminded me because I would have waited till next year. So I booked my mammogram appointment. I went in, got my mammogram, and everything was normal, not having any signs or symptoms, just had my regular screening like I normally would every other year. And shortly after that, I don't know, maybe a week, I got a call from a doctor who said, "I'm sure everything's fine, but..." And said, "Hey, we want you to get an ultrasound." And that's a pretty normal thing. Sometimes if a woman has dense breasts or if they just need to get another view of something, they'll say, go ahead and get an ultrasound. It's not necessary for every woman every time. But sometimes the doctors will recommend it, and then they can compare because using these different tests, they can see different things. So I said, okay. So I went and got the ultrasound, and then I got the call, and they said, "I'm sure everything's fine, but..."
We're going to do a little
And so I kept hearing everything's fine, but we want to repeat the test, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, I ended up getting diagnosed that I had stage 0 breast cancer.
Wow.
So when I mentioned that in the previous segment, I was talking about myself.
Yeah, you would think stage 0 is a good thing.
And
not.
I'd been working in this field and talking about cancer, and I didn't know that there was such a thing as stage 0.
Wow.
And so it was detected on a regular screening mammogram. And if anybody is out there listening and thinking, well, that's because it's Miss Jennifer and they do an extra look. No. It's a regular screening mammogram. So I'm here to tell you, ladies, these regular screening mammograms really do save lives, and they really do catch what they need to catch. We have outstanding equipment. It doesn't matter where you go in the Cayman Islands right now. On this island, we have outstanding equipment. And they can see all kinds of things that even 15 years ago, they wouldn't have been able to see as clearly.
Yeah.
And the doctors are more experienced at being able to read these. And when they put all these things together, the ultrasound, the mammogram, and lots of different doctors take a look, they can see what they need to say.
And where were you treated?
So I ended up, because it was during COVID still, we didn't have all of the specialists that we have here now. And so I ended up having to go overseas. And I actually went home. I used to always advise people when they would come to me, if they would say, I don't know if I should go to where I have family support or if I should go this place or that place. And I would always say, go to where you have family support.
Absolutely.
And it was a doctor who told me, you know what? You should go where you have family support.
Right.
So I went back to the town where I'm originally from, where my family would be. My older brother, who I'm very close with, drove me to every single appointment. God bless him. And my kids were worried, and so I was close enough where they could come and check on me after I had my surgery. But I had stage 0 cancer in both breasts, and so it was amazing to me. The doctor was there. It was a team of surgeons. They were able to go in, remove everything that was dangerous, or the medical word, they call it deleterious. The part that was going to form, and it was a third of each of my breasts.
Wow.
So it was large portions.
Okay.
And they were able to go in, remove all the parts that shouldn't be there anymore that were going to develop into cancer, and put me all back together. And it was outpatient surgery because, again, it was during COVID.
Wow.
I went in the morning, had everything on both sides removed, put back together,
went home.
and then I was at home by 7:30 at night.
Oh my goodness.
Laying on the couch with my 86-year-old dad asking me to get him a cup of tea. He was supposed to be there to be my
Could
nurse.
you get me some tea, Dad?
Exactly. I was like, you are a lousy nurse.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was shocking to be, in major surgery like that and then home at night.
Did you do chemo as well?
I did not have to. And you know
Okay.
why I didn't have to?
Why?
Because it was early.
Because it was 0.
When they caught it early, they could remove it.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't have to do chemo, and I didn't have to do radiation.
Okay, interesting.
Now, like all the other ladies who have had any level of breast cancer, I have to take medication every day for 5 years to reduce the risk of the cancer coming back.
Okay.
So I'm doing that. And so I'm reminded of it every single day when I take that. And I'm being well monitored by my doctor. And yes, I'm going to Health City, by the way, so I should go ahead and say that.
Of course.
So I'm being well monitored, and every 6 months I get extra checkups. Like Miss Maxine was saying, women who have had breast cancer sometimes need to get more regular mammograms. So that's true for me. So I get them every year. I also get a bone density scan, and I take some supplements to make sure that my bones stay strong, because the medicine I have to take for 5 years reduces the strength of my bones, reduces the calcium in my bones.
Right.
So I'm taking calcium to balance that out. And what else am I doing? Oh, and I'm alternating doing a breast MRI and a mammogram when I do them. So I feel like, honestly, I am the lucky one, because I was working at the Cancer Society at that time. I learned all this stuff. I already knew all the doctors, and all these doctors on island, I can tell you, came forward, and everybody wanted to consult on my case, which was wonderful.
You're Miss Jennifer.
Well, it was so nice that everybody wanted to do that, but when you get a whole giant group of people together, you know what doesn't happen fast? Decisions.
Right.
So in the end, it was a long process, and everybody had time to talk together and build a consensus.
Yeah.
But I know that I got great treatment, and I know I continue to get great treatment here. And so for anybody who's listening, it's not just something that we say, it's something that is very real. And if I had waited, and if my doctor hadn't reminded me, I might have waited another year, because I would have waited for my insurance benefits to renew.
Right.
And if I had waited another year, maybe it wouldn't have been stage 0. Maybe it would have been stage 1. Maybe the treatment would have been the same, but maybe if it had moved to stage 1, maybe I would have had to have chemo.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have had to do some other things.
Or who knows? Because you don't know how fast it's developing as well. So
Right.
everybody's is different. Everybody's body is different. So that's great. Thanks for sharing that with me. I would never have had an idea about that, because I know we've been talking about, cancer since you were with the breast. Where were you with?
I was at Cayman Islands Cancer Society
Okay.
for almost 11 years, and now I've been at Health City for a year and a half. Yeah, so altogether about 13 years I've been talking about cancer.
Yeah, absolutely.
People avoid me at parties for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, here comes Jennifer.
And I got to tell you one more thing, actually. When we get to be at a certain age, I think, let's see, we have to do even a colonoscopy. Yep, I just checked my my chart here. Colon cancer, you have to start getting screened at 45. I did my colon cancer screening, and talk about something you really don't wake up and say, gosh, I can't wait to make my appointment for my colonoscopy.
Right.
I put it off like a lot of people do, and I had it, and boy, does it feel good to know that everything's fine and I don't have to do another one for 5 or 10 years.
Right. There you go. That's awesome.
So
That's
none of
definitely
us want to do any of these things. None of us want to go, yay, a pap test.
Right.
Yay, a colonoscopy. Yay, a mammogram.
Right. But it's necessary.
We get it done so we can be around to watch our kids grow up and have a happy life.
Absolutely. It's the it's the car. The car needs new oil. The car needs a service. It needs so this body needs to be maintained as well. Jennifer, you're going to stick with me?
Yeah.
We're riding into the sunset together.
I'm here for
All
you.
right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more talk today.
Get ready for more with Digicel's all-new prepaid plans. More any-use data to browse. Entertainment data for Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Plus, stay connected with endless social data for Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. With Digicel's new prepaid plans, you'll never miss a beat. Activate in the My Digicel app today. Digicel. Better connected.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the pharmacy just to fill a prescription?
If what, child, let me tell you.
Well, now you can save time and money with ValueMed's online prescription service. Visit ValueMed's new website, valrx.com, and click the Refill Subscriptions button. Fill in your information and choose your preferred pickup location. Or email your prescription refills for ValueMed Walkers Road at rx-wr@valrx.com, and for ValueMed in Boddentown, email rx-bt at valrx.com. Say goodbye to the hassle of waiting in lines and hello to the convenience of online prescriptions with ValueMed Pharmacy. Visit valrx.com to place your orders today.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from October 2nd through the 7th at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That's 946-9020.
Cybercrime happens online or through the technology we use every day. Anyone can be a victim of cybercrime, whether you are a young person being bullied or harassed online, or an older person or business who's been scammed out of money or personal data. Cybercrime is an issue that touches all of us. The Cayman Islands government has therefore created an online resource to help keep you cyber safe in an ever-changing world.
In online situations, it is better to be cyber safe than sorry. Learn now to protect yourself against cybercrime. Visit gov.ky/cybersafe.
Are you repeatedly picked on by older kids, called unkind names, or beaten up at school?
Then you know that's bullying and it hurts.
So please, don't do it to others. Instead, let's be kind to one another.
And report incidences of bullying to a teacher or a trusted adult so that we all can feel safe at school.
Listen to the general public.
The Cayman Islands foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
there are more questions than answers.
Waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Catherine, Tyson, Sewell, and I am sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. I am still here with Miss Jennifer Weber, who is the Oncology Operations Manager for Health City Cayman Islands. And I'm just happy she's stuck with me because I think there was a cancellation of a guest and I would just be sitting here talking to myself. Oh my goodness. And I'd find things to do, but it's nice when there's another hot body in the room. And I mean hot as in, we're warm-bodied people, but you're hot too. You look good.
Thank you so much.
You're looking good. And thanks for sharing that, that story, because I think you've been talking about cancer for 13 years, and who'd have thunk it, but it happened.
And it's another example of how, I don't know, I think people have sort of unrealistic expectations about cancer. I think they feel like, oh, well, if, Miss Jen could never get cancer because she helps people with cancer. Nope.
Nah.
So I've always said that cancer comes for the rich, the poor, the tall, the short, the nice, the nasty. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't discriminate, right?
Doesn't discriminate.
And so and that's true. And all the years that I've been involved with cancer, I kind of got to the point where I always felt like it's just a matter of time before it's my turn.
Wow.
Well, just because literally everybody I know has cancer.
Right.
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 Those are the people that I hang out with.
Right.
Every day.
So it's kind of the statistics almost
Yeah.
like, yeah. Wow. Well, I'm glad that, you have that story because it is a unique story, and stage 0 and, just being aware and still doing the right thing. And that's just what we want to tell people for sure. I think I just wanted to chat a little bit more about some of the things that's happening. We're going to be taking a break in literally 4 minutes for the 2:00 news, and I get in trouble a lot for not breaking for the news. So I can't play games with that. So we'll go over a little bit some of the things that's coming up for breast cancer awareness, because when we come back, we're going to talk about some other things. We're going to talk about the breast cancer registry and the foundation's gala, which is not connected to you and what you do now or what you did before, but it's all connected.
Well, the community is all connected,
all
and everybody
connected.
supports each other, right? Because all these many hands involved in this is helping everybody in the community.
Many hands make light work.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to Miss Sheila, who said she's listening to me right now, and
Okay.
she didn't know about my story, and so she stayed in her car to hear me finish
Is that Miss
talking
Sheila?
about that.
Maybe, I don't know, because I have a friend that's Miss Sheila too, so I don't know. But anyway, shout out to Miss Sheila. Hi there. You see, a lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that is really, you shared something today. Thank you for that. So just a reminder that the kickoff of Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a church service at First Baptist Church on Crew Road at 10:30 in the morning. So that's a Sunday, October 1st. Okay. So if you don't have a home church, obviously there you go. If you even do, you can still visit. And then there are clinics that's going on throughout the month. This is from the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. Of course, you can go to the Lions Den, which is located next to Mango Tree Restaurant, and get your calendar and also get all sorts of good things like the T-shirts and the register for the walk run. Their phone number is 936-1739. And I don't know if anyone has answered the question yet. Has anyone answered it yet, Susan? Has anyone won the? Okay, so let's repeat the question. Do you remember the question?
The question was when did the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens begin their breast cancer awareness campaign? What month and year?
Yes, and if not, I'll just get my T-shirt because I know it. I mean, come on, 949-6990, 949-8037. On the 8th of October is the Brenda Tibbetts Lund 5K and 10K Memorial Run and Walk, and that the registration will start, I guess the signing in will start 5:30. The actual walk or run starts at 6 a.m. and then you get back there about 7:30. There's refreshments and there's prizes to be given. So that seems like a good time, for people to register for that and to go get their T-shirts. You can go online to Cayman Active, or you can go online to the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, or you can go to the Lions Den itself and register there. And I think that's awesome. I always say I'm going to do it, but I don't like to walk. And I definitely ain't running. But yeah, I just might, because I think it'd be interesting. $25, and it is to aid in providing vouchers for mammograms.
Right. And for those people who are also feeling like, oh, I don't like to walk, I don't like to run, I don't want to get up early, you know what? You can just make a donation to them.
Yes.
Because that still helps them. You know, they're doing great work for more than a quarter of a century. For 25 years, they've been doing this.
Awesome.
They've been working hard, so you can help support them even a little bit by making a donation, even if you don't do the walk or run.
Yes, this is the 26th year. So there you go. So definitely you want to do that. And then Dress Down is on the 27th, where everybody should dress pink. Go buy your pink T-shirt from the Pink Den. The Pink Den, I believe it is. The
Pink Shop.
Stuff. The Pink Shop. The Pink Shop can be at Lions Den. Okay, I got to remember these things. We're going to break right now because I'm getting the eye for the news, and we shall be back with more talk today. Stay tuned.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
Police say a 25-year-old Jamaican man's under arrest, charged with 3 counts of obtaining property by deception and overstaying. The arrest came after a report to police about possible credit card fraud on Thursday, August 1st, about a customer using multiple aliases to make purchases through a local food ordering app. They arrested him in mid-September. He's been remanded into custody following his court appearance yesterday morning and is due to appear in court next on the 2nd of October. In international headlines, J.P. Morgan Chase has agreed to pay $75 million to the U.S. Virgin Islands to settle claims that the bank enabled the sex trafficking acts of financier Jeffrey Epstein. Most of the settlement will go toward charities and assistance for victims. Roadway deaths in the U.S. have been mounting, this despite government test data showing that vehicles have been getting safer. While the number of all car-related fatalities in the U.S. has trended upward over the last decade, pedestrians and cyclists have seen the sharpest rise. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings. Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
Listening to the general public.
The Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
Because
there are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. This is Catherine Tyson Sewell, your guest host for this afternoon, sitting in for Sterling. And I'm here with Miss Jennifer Weber, who is the Oncology Operations Manager with Health City Cayman Islands. And she just actually stayed on with me because she's my friend girl, you know. So that was cool to see her and be able to say stay because I have no guest this afternoon and we can chat because Jennifer, you know, we can chat about anything.
That's right. We can chat all day, every day.
People would tell us to stop chatting. We have a phone call. There's a caller on the line, so we'll go to the phones. Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Hi, good afternoon. I was wondering if anyone had answered the question yet about the Lions Club of breast cancer.
Not yet.
All right,
So
well,
it will be you.
The month was October. That's why we continue to do October. And the year was 1997. Sorry.
All right. Congrats. That's exactly it. Okay, so you'll stay on the line and give Susan your information so that she can pass that on to the Lions Club. And there's a nice pink polo shirt in it for you.
That's good, and I'll mention that I am a survivor and a thriver, and that is possibly why I know the information.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, there is life after breast cancer. Everybody needs to know that, and they need to know that, as Jennifer's been stressing, early detection, do all your, do everything that you need to do, and breast cancer doesn't have to kill anybody anymore once we do the necessary. So thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for saying those words also.
And can I ask how long you have been a survivor, thriver?
I'm into my 6th year.
All right.
Yeah, and feeling really great. I tell you the truth, feeling really, really great.
Fantastic. So you have made it past the critical 5-year point. So are you no longer taking that medication every day?
I don't have to take that, no. Mm-mm.
Wonderful. Good for you. Keep thriving.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you so much for calling. Appreciate it. Have a great afternoon. Yes, so people are listening, and that was really smart to know it was October, but that's why we're celebrating in October.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty smart
I didn't think that. Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, it makes sense. There you go. I was trying to win that shirt. I'm gonna have to go buy one at the Pink Shop, not the Pink Den. It's located at the Lions Den, next to Mango Tree Restaurant, and there's lovely things you can go and purchase. Apparently, you can go online also and check it out. So you can go online to lionsclubofTropicalGardens.com to see what they have in the shop. You can purchase it from there and go and pick it up at the Lions Den, and the Lions Den will be open from September 25th until October 26th for a whole month, and they're open Monday through Friday 11 to 6 and Saturday 11 to 2, and just visit there and just be involved because they really do help.
They do amazing things, and honestly, because they've been doing it for so long, in some ways I feel like maybe they're taken for granted. So the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, they're the ones who have been talking about mammograms and women's breast health for more than 25 years, 26 years now. The other group is the Lions Club of Grand Cayman. So I think of them as the pink one and the blue one. So the pink one is the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens. They do amazing work in the community, including what they do in October for breast cancer education and awareness. And then there's the Lions Club of Grand Cayman. And that's more, it's men and women, but there's more men in that club. And they had a member named Mr. Delano Hislop who passed away.
Right.
And so they have been really focusing on prostate, colon, and testicular cancer. So they're the blue group in my mind, the blue ones with the men's cancer stuff.
Right.
And the focus for that is in November. So that's coming up next. So if you're listening and you feel like, oh, I'm sick and tired of hearing about everything pink in October. Well, next is November. And you'll hear about all the men and all the blue stuff and all the male pieces parts.
Right. We have to share and share alike.
Right. And these are all critical things for both men and women. And if people are listening and thinking, oh, well, men can get breast cancer too, that's true. So if a man has a problem, if he feels something, if he has something that needs to get checked out by a doctor, he definitely should. And for colon cancer, yes, women can get colon cancer too, even though it's only the men's groups that are talking about it in November.
Right.
So make sure that you get all the tests that you need. There is a cancer screening flyer that Health City created that shows all the different parts and all the different guidelines for each of the cancer screenings. I'll just give my email. If anybody wants to get a copy of that, you can email me at Jennifer, my first name, JENNIFER .Weber, WEBER, just one B, Jennifer Weber at healthcity.ky, and I'll be happy to send one to you. It's really good information that you can post on your fridge. If you see me in the grocery store, if you see me around town, I've always got some in my bag. I can, and I've also always got somebody's raffle tickets in my bag. You should know that as well.
Right.
But I'll be happy to give one to you. And it's really good information so that everybody knows exactly what the guidelines are for which tests, for which gender, at which age, and how often.
And that's very good what you just said, that I just want to kind of bring it back a little bit when you said that men also can get breast cancer. I think that is very much something that we need to always remember. So just because you're a man, it doesn't mean that you cannot get it. So you want to also pay attention to what's going on with you too. So maybe our monthly exams that we do, it might not be something that you do as a man, but if you notice something, that's going on in that area, then you want to pay attention to it because men can get breast cancer as well.
That's right. It's not as common, but in our community alone, right here in our small population of Cayman, we've had 2 or 3 men who actually have passed away.
Absolutely.
Because they felt some bump or some lump and didn't really think about it much,
right.
And it was late when they got it diagnosed.
Yeah, and one of them in particular was a great singer with the musical crew. We used to call him Skanky, so everybody knows him as Skanky, and he had breast cancer and he ended up passing away as a result of that. So yeah, it does not discriminate. Cancer does not discriminate whether it is the one that's more than likely in the male community or more than likely in the female community. It doesn't matter. It will cross borders.
That's right. And one of my favorite quotes from a cancer patient in the past was a man said, "Cancer got no manners."
No, none.
Got no manners at all.
Cancer, nobody.
Yep. So it can come for anybody.
Yes.
And so we all have to be proactive, take good care of ourselves, and do everything we can to keep cancer at bay.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about the breast cancer gala. Let's talk about that.
So there are lots of wonderful organizations in the community that are helping, right? And one of them is the Breast Cancer Foundation. Now, their office is the one that's in Grand Harbor. It's where Hurley's is and the drugstore. In between there, it's for me, I remember it's next to where the Domino's used to be. And so the Breast Cancer Gala is coming up. It's October 7th. As always, it's already sold out. It starts at 7. It's at the Ritz-Carlton. It's going to be another great event, and they raise money. And then
who's the speaker this year? Do you know?
You know what? Off the top of my head, I don't know.
It's always somebody special.
Yes, it's somebody. I'm sure it's somebody amazing.
Right.
And the money that they raise help them make vouchers for free mammograms available for all the other months except for October.
Okay.
So, the Lions Club is helping out in October, and they're doing so much good work, and they do so many events. They give more than 400 vouchers during the month of October. Amazing.
Yeah, she did mention 600, so that's a good number to shoot for as
well.
Yeah,
and then the Breast Cancer Foundation is doing it the rest of the year.
That's cool. I like that. So, we got you covered.
Yes.
All right, we have a caller on the line. We'll go to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. This is Debbie Ebanks from the Lions Club of Grand Cayman.
Hi.
I know, Jen, thanks for the plug on our prostate and colon cancer event. Just want to make a little correction.
Okay.
Prostate cancer is usually celebrated in September, and we had our event planned for that during September. Unfortunately, we had to postpone it due to other conflicting things that came up in September. So our 5K walk, our 10K run, and our 25-mile bike ride will take place on the 15th of, it's a Sunday, 15th of October as well. And we do team up with the Movember crowd in November then to also bring some additional information and awareness for prostate and colon cancer. And I just wanted to let people know that while these are blue and are male focused, that the event colon cancer is for everybody.
That's right.
And so we want to encourage the females to come out. We know that women are good at doing their checks, and we have seen, an increase since we've started our prostate and colon cancer event. We've seen the increase in numbers, but men still are very reluctant to come out and do their checks and stuff like that. So we want the spouses or the significant others to come along with them, because you too can get information with regards to colon cancer.
That is great advice. Thank you so much for calling in to clarify that. And just in case people didn't catch that, it's October 15th that the Lions Club of Grand Cayman is doing their 5K, 10K, 25K. It's a walk, a run, a bike ride. And that's another great event, and it's coming right up. So if you want to register, make sure you look for the Lions Club of Grand Cayman information. That event is taking place on October 15th. And Miss Debbie, neither of us mentioned the thing that Health City and the Lions Club of Grand Cayman jointly own. Are you still there? Do you want to talk about it, or should I?
Yeah, I would ask you to talk about it because I'm actually doing hands-free and driving, so I don't want to stay on the phone too long, even though I'm hands-free. But and I just want to say a big thank you to Radio Cayman and to Health City and everybody that is involved with this. I too am a breast cancer survivor in 7 years, and it is a multifaceted coordinated event effect that we all come together to bring awareness to any of the cancers. We're just about to wind down Childhood Cancer Month, which is September, and that is one of the Lions Club's international global causes is childhood cancer awareness, and so we need to push that because I don't think that particular thing. Yes, we do. There's a Baldrick event, Brave the Shave, but the funds for that go off overseas for research, and I am not against research, but we need help here because there are a significant amount of children that have developed cancer, and unfortunately their treatment has to be done overseas. There's no facility here in Cayman to do that, so it puts a lot of pressure on the families because they have to go over. Sometimes they go from 3 to 6 months, and if one parent has to be over there, and most families are now 2 parents and income families. So, we need to look at that very seriously, and I'm trying to push for that as well.
Well, thank you so much for calling this afternoon. Appreciate that. Appreciate all that information.
I will send in the flyer to the radio and to Jennifer with regards to the PACE event.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you all, girls, and have a great afternoon.
You too. Take care. Okay, so that would mean we have a walk on the 8th and a walk on the 15th. So if you're looking to get fitness, sometimes your fitness goals, this could be a kickstart too.
Yeah,
so I think that's great.
That's so true. And if anybody, is feeling like, wow, I should do all the walk runs, well, you're going to get really thin and fit, because if you go on to Cayman Active, there are 52 weeks in a year, and there are more than 52 walk runs in Cayman.
Wow, look at that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll be back with more. Jennifer, are you hanging with me?
Absolutely.
To the end. We're at the home stretch, and we're hanging here with Jennifer Weber from Health City, talking about all things cancer, as usual. We'll be back with more.
Ready for more fun, more data, and endless connections? Digicel's all-new postpaid plans got you covered. Get more entertainment data for Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Endless social data for WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Roaming data for the USA, Canada, and the Caribbean. And more international minutes than ever before. Stay connected on the fastest, most reliable network in Cayman. Make the switch today. Digicel. Better connected.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have our very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
It's game time, Subway fans. We're upping our sub game with the all-new Subway Series menu, an all-star lineup of 6 delicious recipes. Just order by name or number and we'll do the rest. Whether you're catching a quick lunch or just need a tasty victory, the Subway Series menu is coming in clutch. Subway Series, easy to order, hard to resist. Try it today, only at Subway. Eat fresh.
Freedom, Cayman Rack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Attention all gaming enthusiasts, cosplayers, and technical aficionados. Experience the highly anticipated revival of the Caribbean's premier esports and gaming convention, taking place on September 30th and October 1st at the John Gray High School Gymnasium. Gamers Bay 7. A captivating 2-day extravaganza. Prepare to immerse yourself in an unforgettable event filled with excitement and innovation. Competitors, come showcase your skills and vie for over $10,000 in cash and prizes. Engage in exhilarating head-to-head battles in popular games such as Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, eFootball 23, Rocket League, and Super Smash Brothers. Renowned YouTubers Beck Bro Jack, Adam Beck, and Alec Duras will be there. Cosplayers Carrigan Taylor and Windy Girk will be there too. Lots of free play opportunities catering to PC gamers, retro players, console enthusiasts, arcade lovers, and yes, virtual reality enthusiasts alike. Don't forget the plethora of vendor booths to purchase exclusive items and deals. For further details, including general admission tickets, registration for individuals or teams, please visit gamersbaycayman.com. Sponsored by the Cayman Esports Association, NetGeeks Media, Ministry of Innovation, Ministry of Sports, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Tourism, C3 Pure Fiber, Monster Energy, Digicel, Sagicor, Maxstore, Costumless, Cayman Olympics, Enterprise Cayman, Prestige Motors, High Tech Electronics, ATV Cayman, Office Supply, and Radio Cayman. Gamers Bay 7.
Listening to the general public.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. We are on the home stretch. And you know, I love that song. There are more questions than answers. I'm like, why doesn't it just keep playing? It's so nice. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Catherine Tyson Sewell, I am sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. We're getting ready to get out of this chair, actually, because we are 9 minutes towards the end of the show. I have Miss Jennifer Weber, who stayed on with me graciously. Thank you, you angel lady who stayed on with me. She's from Hell City, and you know, doing what you've always done, which is talk about cancer. And this particular time we're talking about breast cancer and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're on the cusp of it right now, on the eve of it almost, right?
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Eve, yes.
Yes, Breast Cancer Awareness Eve, and it is filled, packed with stuff. Just wanted to touch on the the walk run, which is the 8th, as well as we just had the call in for the Lions Club of
Grand
Cayman, which is on the 15th. But you can go to the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens.com for more details on that. You can also go to CaymanActive.com and you can registration after you've registered. Now registration 5:30 a.m. The walk run begins 6. Refreshments are 7:30. Prize drawing is 7:45. Registration fee is just $25, and it aids towards vouchers for mammograms. So it's a good cause, and even if you're not going to do it, you can go ahead and donate that. And medals are going to be awarded to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place runners. Just letting you know. So I think this is awesome. Visit the Pink Shop over at Lions Den and purchase some goodies, or go online and check it out. I'm going to go online and check that out this this afternoon.
Yeah, and they have an amazing array of products. I remember looking at their stock before, and they've got so many different pins and so many different shirts. It's great.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Yeah, I like that, right? As a community, this is how things change if we get together and we continue to, work to eradicate these things, or at least bring awareness, right?
So for so many years, we were talking about cancer treatment, and then it got backed up, and everybody started talking about early detection. Great, that's been going on for a long time, and it won't be long before everybody's just talking about prevention.
Right.
How great will that be?
Well, very great. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the breast cancer registry.
Oh, okay. So it's actually a cancer registry. It's not just breast cancer.
Okay.
So it's the cancer registry, and it's been around for a long time. It's a voluntary registry. Our registry in the Cayman Islands is a population-based registry, and if anyone wants to find out more details about it, the cancer registrar, who is the person who is in charge of the cancer registry, her name is Amanda Nicholson, and I can give you her telephone number if you want to grab a pen. Amanda Nicholson's telephone number is 244-2560. I'll say it again. Amanda Nicholson, 244-2560. And her email address is amanda.nicholson. Nicholson is NICHOLSON @hsa.ky. So the cancer registry has been around for a while, but it's a voluntary registry, which means that the patient themselves have to come forward and say, hey, I'm going to talk to Amanda, who's the cancer registrar, and give her my information so that my case of cancer can be noted. Now, it's anonymous information. Your name is never put into a computer, so you don't have to worry that somebody can break in to this computer and they're never going to find your name. It's never put in there in the first place. You get an anonymous number. And it really helps our community because we need to know how much cancer we have in this community. And the only way we can know how much we have is if we count it. And the only way we can count it is if people come forward.
Right.
So in the future, if that becomes mandatory, then behind the scenes, doctors would be reporting it, just like they do for COVID or tuberculosis or any other communicable disease. They would be reporting it, again, anonymously. A 45-year-old woman, breast cancer, lives in West Bay, stage 2 breast cancer, that kind of thing.
Right.
And once we have all that data, then we can start to get some good information and analyze why, where, how. Do we have clusters in particular areas? Is it genetic? Is it environmental? But we won't know that until we have all the information.
Right, for sure. Now, I want to say congrats to our callers who won the voucher as well as the pink shirt. Congrats to you. Thanks for listening. Quickly, before we get to the end, I want to talk about this $150 mammogram that Health City is offering.
Yeah, it's a great offer. You're getting a sneak peek about it right now because it hasn't hit social media yet, I don't think. So for the month of October, you can call Health City, and it's the same number you always call. It's 640-4040. And you can say, I'm calling about the special mammogram offer for $150. $150 gets a mammogram on the great state-of-the-art equipment that we have in East End at Health City. I would recommend you schedule your appointment around a time when you can go into the cafe and enjoy some good food that's out there.
Curry.
Well, you said you like the breakfast.
I like the breakfast.
So I thought I'd throw that in.
Yes, but you're Curry Jenny, so.
That's right. And so you book that appointment during the month of October. And if you want to actually have the appointment in November, you can. But make sure you call 640-4040 and book that appointment because $150 is a great deal for a mammogram. And honestly, this is the kind of thing, if you have a group of friends or your sister or the people that you work with and you feel like, you know what, we should all do this. Let's just all do it together. It'll be a great price for all of us. And then we'll have the nice visit out, the nice drive out to East End, get to see the sea, have the mammogram, have something to eat, and then come back. It's better to do this all together, and then it makes it easier to remember that date when you need to get it again.
You make everything sound so much fun.
It's fun.
Well, for sure, knowing your status, your health status, and taking care of yourself, right? And so the mammogram, don't be afraid of it. at my age, I've had a few.
Mm-hmm. You and me both.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, everything can be uncomfortable for a second, and then it's over, and then you get to know what's going on with your body, which is awesome.
And in the old days, they used to have those plates that are the big squish, right? And those plates were made of metal, so they were cold and they had sharp edges. And I remember that the technicians always seemed to be especially slow. Like they clamp you in, and then it's like they just slowly walk over to the room where they press the button. Right. Now, the edges are rounded. It's plastic. It's more comfortable, and there's a foot pedal. So as soon as it clamps down, they take the picture, and then it opens back up.
Oh, so that must be at Health City.
So you're not waiting for old Gladys to shift across the room and get to the other place
and
then turn it off.
Stop it. That's Health City. You're still waiting for old Gladys someplace. Some places. And thank you, old Gladys. I appreciate you helping me.
Yeah, so it is not painful. It goes
definitely
quick.
if it's that quick, then people need to sign up for that because, as you get older, if you have a family history of breast cancer, it might be genetics, personal history of breast cancer, family history of breast or ovarian cancer, then you may be at risk. So you want to make sure that you know what's going on with you. That's for sure, right?
And here's a fun fact about Health City that I didn't know until I started working there. At Health City, every mammogram, whether it's a screening or a diagnostic mammogram, every mammogram is read separately by 2 separate radiologists. Okay. And so you are getting a first and second opinion on every single mammogram that you have there. Wow, so I'm not talking about 2 guys sitting or 2 radiologists sitting in a room going, you think? Well, what I think? Okay, yeah. It's 2 completely separate places making independent, giving independent opinions.
Right.
And I feel like that's really valuable.
Yeah. And what I love about Health City anyway is from start to finish, you got somebody. Somebody's there, start to finish. Like, and the efficiency, I like the efficiency. I feel like if someone's following me all the way through to the end of what I'm doing, I like that. That means that I can get in and get out, you know? And it's already kind of uncomfortable just to be at the hospital per se, but to make it that much easier for you is just amazing. So I think this is great. So I'm looking forward to trying out that old machine that doesn't have Miss Glass.
It's got a foot pedal, so it releases faster, so you aren't clamped in there long at all.
That's good. Good.
And when it comes to colonoscopies, I'll share another thing. My husband and I both did our colonoscopies recently. We made a promise to each other we were going to do those. I made him go first, and then like the next month I did it. And so I can encourage couples to do that as well, because there's never going to be a day when we wake up and we be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to do it. We just need to book the appointments, be brave, support each other, get it done.
Yeah. And if you notice any change in your body at all, like anything that's different, because as you get older, you do have differences happening. Don't take these things for granted. Have your own doctor that you go to that you can talk to, just so if there's something that you need to investigate, you are able to investigate it and catch it at stage 0.
Right, early detection. And if your friend is a doctor, ask your friend. But a lot of people would tell me, oh, I asked my friend and she said this kind of lump or this kind of problem was okay. And when I say, is your friend a doctor? No. Okay. We should ask the people who know.
If your friend's a doctor. If your friend's not a doctor, not so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for hanging with me, for getting to the end with me. I appreciate that. It's always better with friends.
Thanks so much for letting me hang out with you all day.
Singing the Barney song at this point. Yeah. No, it was awesome.
I love you and you love me.
Yes, for sure. And thank you all so much for riding along as well and listening to Talk Today and just calling in and being involved. And congrats again to our winners. You guys have a great afternoon. I'm signing off from Talk Today. Today, this is Catherine Tyson Sewell, your guest host, sitting in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne this afternoon. Have a great afternoon and stay dry or wet or whatever.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.